tap.
They should do those again. I mean, that ball is not even near its peak.
Yeah, that's exactly what they will do.
It's been a problem the entire season, Bob. I've noticed that. I don't quite understand it.
They're going to call a violation on the quick tap, just as you were saying. They didn't let the ball reach its apex, and so the Warriors will get the first possession.
Well, neither Dampier or O'Neal, but O'Neal controlled it, they say, and so therefore the Warriors get it out under the basket where it hit the line.
Yeah, they're going to call it a legitimate tap and just say Shaq batted it out of bounds.
Warriors need to get off to a good start. We talked about that up in Seattle, and they got off to a pretty good start that night.
Offensive foul on Dampier trying to set a screen, and they're going to need all 6 defensively on Shaquille O'Neal.
You don't want to waste it there, but you know, Larry is a young player, and he's always a little over anxious. You've got to be patient. There's not a big hurry. Let that screen get set. You put him in jeopardy.
Bryant's going to handle first for LA.
Good pressure from Larry right at the outset.
Porter's got Rick Fox. Kobe rising. And that's the difference as he's improved his shooting year after year. 47% for the season, 39% on threes. He's unstoppable.
Larry thought he had him covered. I did too.
Bobby Surum is firing, and Bryant with the rebound. Kobe Bryant like a gazelle into the front court. The crossover, Larry knocked it off of Kobe's leg. And the one thing that the Lakers will not like is if Kobe Bryant makes it such a personal showcase. If Phil Jackson says, hey, there's a few of the guys in your team.
You know, talking to some of their personnel, he's been getting his points in the offensive scheme this year. He's learned to do that, so they don't mind him taking elbow shots. He took 28 last night.
Dampier turns and fires short. Ron Harper with the rebound. The difference for the Warriors, whenever you see LA, is they shot nearly 70% for a half on November 22nd. And the Warriors play them down large numbers every time. So some type of semblance of a reasonable start is needed just to hang in the ballgame.
Go back to him.
Hughes inside, blocked by Shaquille O'Neal, who then controls the ball.
If it had been a clean handle and a clean handoff, I think he would have been to the rim before Shaquille could have reacted.
Minute and a half in, the Lakers up 2-0. Rick Fox feeding Shaq. Dampier's picked up his second foul. We haven't even played 2 minutes. The protective device will determine whether he can play.
Well, you know if he can play, he will play.
Shaq took it to trouble. Larry Hughes comes up with a steal. Kirby lurking. Hughes went behind the back and then swatted out of bounds.
That's all ball. That's all ball.
Ron Harper with the defensive play.
I'll tell you what, he beats one and beats another, doesn't beat the last one. Harper got that cleanly.
Forget how good a defender Ron Harper is. Larry Hughes missing long. Jamison the rebound. Putback is in. Warriors will need many of those tonight as they tie things at 2.
Tell you what, you're right, Bob. You said it's something special when the Lakers come to town, and it is. There's a different buzz around.
Neal, the shots you just hope he takes. The 10-footers instead of the dunks.
If he can hit those, it's nice to see him miss it.
Jamison from deep. Antoine along 2. Jamison 2 for 2. Sometimes you'd rather see Shaq get all his points, but none of the other Lakers get involved.
Thinking the same thing. Just contain guys like Fox, Horace Grant. He'll go to the line and looking around 89% plus for Kobe.
Kobe Bryant fouled.
I agree with you, Bob, though. You know, contain the role players. Don't let Harper get 14 on you. Don't let Rick Fox hit 3 3-pointers or he come in and hit a couple of threes. Brian Shaw, Pinberthy.
Kobe Bryant's scoring average has moved to the point where he now leads the league at 28.8. Were he on any other team, he would have been at the 25 or 30 point mark even earlier in his career. But playing with Shaquille O'Neal, they're 1 and 5, the two of them, in scoring in the league.
And here's what Kobe says about it. I'm a competitive person. If I'm in the hunt for something, I'm out to win it. He won't chase the scoring championship, but if he's in the hunt, he wants to get it. And why not?
So Bryant has all 4 for LA. Jamison 4 for the Warriors. There's not only Kobe Bryant, people paying special attention to Hughes, and Shaquille O'Neal with the foul as Mark Jackson had a shot rejected. Harper passed up a 3. They feed Shaq again on Mark Jackson. Rotation to Fox. He'll launch. That's what you talked about. The role players hurting you. Shaquille's going to get his. Kobe's going to get his. It's the rest of the Lakers that make them so deep and so good.
The spread they're scoring after the first two all around. Now, Bobby Serra 2 for 8, 0 for 4 from three-point range. Seattle just has not found his shot yet.
Antoine Jamison's the only Warrior to hit a field goal. The rest of the team 0 for 7. O'Neal inside. Dan Beer getting the 2 fouls just almost inexplicably. Mark Jackson put in a very tough spot defensively. Larry Hughes, good screen from Antoine. Flips it back to him, had it stripped on the way to the basket. And Horace Grant comes up with the loose ball.
There you go. Now, Glenn Rice might have come up with that ball, but I would bet on Horace Grant more often. Little things like that.
I don't know if Glenn Rice would have hit the floor. Kobe Bryant down the lane. Good team defense. Fox missing. Kobe tried to slam it in. And then misfiring. He throws it off Shaquille O'Neal. So they collapsed on Bryant as he drove the lane and forced Fox to miss the shot.
I'm surprised Kobe gave it up when he was at point-blank range. With his leaping ability, he still is a guy that'll average nearly 5 assists a night.
I think Phil Jackson talked about that in the 22nd timeout. Kobe was trying to take it 2 individually. Hughes catch and shoot, and Larry Hughes is on the board after missing his first 4.
Now that's a good play from Larry Hughes because he didn't come to the ball. In fact, he faded away from the screen after Kobe shaded that side. That's a good play, good read.
Shaq inside, you want him to miss those, but Horace Grant keeping it alive, and Gary Benson has it Warrior ball. Sometimes in golf they call hit it and hope. When Shaq turns from 8 feet, you just hope he misses. Because you're not going to block it, you're not going to stop him.
There's what we're talking about, Jackson outside. That's a good look from him.
Jamison with the offensive board. Hughes down the lane.
Shaq
Baseline punch.
Sorry, Bob, but he'd come out to get on Jackson. And Jackson can get that shot all night, and he is capable of making them.
Hughes knocks it out of bounds. The Warriors have retaken the lead. 5.5 into the first.
Rebound the shot. A good look. Bryant overextended. Shaq already out defending Jackson. Takes him away from the basket.
Saw Mark Jackson hit that shot pretty consistently in Seattle. Harper catching off the inbound. A line drive jumper is in. Larry Hughes handling here. Serra playing a little off guard. Bobby setting up Chris Porter. Deep 2 is right through.
That would be a plus.
Well, it should not be overlooked that Chris Porter is shooting 50% from the field. And there's no other Warrior that's joining him in that category. Horace Grant inside. Jamison was late to put Mark Jackson in jeopardy. A blocking foul on Ron Harper as he didn't give Serra any room to turn.
Yeah, Harper knows it.
I just played within the flow of the game. My facial expression was the same as when I missed a shot or when I got a rebound. And like I said, it felt good to be in one of those games where it seemed like anything you threw up went in. And there was some shots I threw up, and they definitely went in.
Bobby Serra, bodied by O'Neal. Mark Jackson, the offensive board. Blocked by Shaq, out of bounds to the Warriors. Serra challenged by O'Neal. Jackson swatted by O'Neal. And gets back to what Jim has said, bringing Shaq out of the paint any way possible.
Shaq's already got his average. Averages 3.6 blocks a game. He's got at least 3 tonight.
Now, Dave Cowens thought one of those shots might have hit iron, but they did not reset the shot clock. It stays at only 6. Jackson on the catch and shoot, double clutch for Larry Hughes. Jamison's got another rebound, already 5. Hughes baseline pull is in.
So Kobe was anxious to go the other way. So he just automatically thought Shaq or someone would get that rebound, and he was leaking out. That's why he wasn't there to defend Larry.
Larry's made 3 of his last 4. Jamison already has 5 rebounds to go with 3 assists and 4 points. Fox inside, knocked away. And Fox will get the bunny. He hit the 5-minute mark with the Lakers up 1. Warriors shooting 35%, LA 46%. And Jamison can hear the slap from here. Fouled by Ron Harper, who picks up his second.
Bobby Sura is going to come from low to high. Remember, he had a pulled hamstring and he was questionable playing in Seattle. Played 34 minutes, Bob. Did not practice the last 2 days. He's taken 2 days off to rest it.
Double team Hughes. Jamison 3 off front iron.
Straight
and
though.
O'Neal with the rebound.
It looked good. That's important for Antoine.
Good job by Sura as Horace Grant was running down early. Kobe Bryant firing it in.
He works on his shooting a lot.
A tremendous marksman. You forget Kobe's 6'7", too. So even if you are with him defensively, he can shoot over you. Sura, very deep three. Backed it in! And he didn't call it.
I tell you, he didn't think Horace Grant would extend that far. He was surprised he got there and had to launch a little bit further and higher up. But the bank was open. He cashed a check.
Even at 17 as we approach the 4-minute mark. Look for O'Neal. Jackson did well to push him off the block on the catch. Shot clock at 5. Fox lasers one out, and Hughes with the rebound. Warriors look for a rare break opportunity. Hughes lost it, got it back, laid it in.
So much traffic. Shaq lost sight of him. Hughes just kind of ran him off through Jackson and around.
Rick Fox kills Hughes on the screen. And then Jamison another rebound. Larry was just rocked.
Beat him down there before Shaq gets that.
Jackson running the floor, and Sura found him. Anything the Warriors can get in transition is a bonus where you don't have to let Shaq set up in the half court.
Shaq barely got past half court there. You could see it, and Jackson sensed it, and he ran straight to the rim.
Horace Grant as they run the triangle. Kobe Bryant around Jamison down the lane, and it knocked away. On Harper. Off back iron. Look at Chris Porter get up for the rebound. The outlet to Sura. Hughes into Jamison. Beautifully in. Good ball movement. Dave Cowens pumps his fist. A 9-0 Warrior run. And the Lakers will take time. This is the best they've played against this team in 4 years. And it has Shaq out of the painted area.
And Shaq, you can see, does not want to venture out too far.
Rick Fox now on the switch. They get it to Kobe Bryant. What a turn and fade.
That's a forced shot, but he's capable of making them.
Bryant's got 8. Larry Hughes has 8. Jamison has 8 himself. It's crazy 8s at the arena.
No chance for that ball to go in, except his defender came at him and Antoine arced it a little higher. And it gave him a good target to come down from the basket. If that had been a line drive, it would have been deadly short.
Jamison on the switch, leaves Grant open. Horace Grant, Rick Fox, Ron Harper. These are the guys that will kill you while you spend all the time paying attention to Bryant and O'Neal.
Well, they're good players. They're seasoned veterans. They're not great players, but if you relax on them, they can make it very tough.
Larry Hughes was kind of fading across the lane, couldn't spin it in. Harper to Grant, trailing. And he drops it in. Now, what would you have shot if every shot you took, Jim, was wide open? Because that's the kind of shot you get if you're a Laker.
I'll tell you, play with talent. They make you better. That's a good play by Harper because Kobe wanted it on the right, but he waited for the trailer, Rick Fox. Just take it, Mark. Don't even think about it.
He's thinking about it now. And he banks it in. Mark Jackson has given the Warriors excellent play off the bench, already 6 points.
I'll tell you, he's sensing that Shaquille's not going to come out, so he just kind of gets to the spot that he wants. I thought right there he was thinking about it, but he really wasn't. He was just getting to a good spot.
Shaq with the deep catch. Chris Porter came over to help out. Blaylock pushing. Blaylock to Hughes. Still there, and Jamison can't finish. Mookie's put back is in.
They're hustle baskets. And Porter has had a hand in it, like you pointed out.
Chris Porter, that was quite the double team on Shaquille O'Neal.
Well,
Lead is 4.
His strength is defense, but if he gives you 18 like he did in Seattle, that just adds to it.
4-second game clock, shot clock, winding down the first. 8 to shoot as Bryant catches. Working around Hughes, he picked him! Ahead the Blaylock! To Porter! Kobe Bryant wants a little payback, and he gets it that quickly. The Warriors didn't stop the ball. Blaylock shot from three-quarter court, almost in. What a first quarter.
Jackson and Blaylock come in. 8 first quarter bench points. And that's key because they need a lot of contributions if they have a chance to beat this club.
Shaq resting, so Greg Foster, Kobe Bryant, Robert Horry, Brian Shaw, and Mike Penberthy on the floor for the Lakers. And Hughes has just forced another turnover. It's Hughes, Dampier, who should be well rested. Mookie Blaylock, Antoine Jamison, and Bob Sura. Remember, Dampier picked up 2 fouls in a minute and a half to begin the game.
Well, he's stronger now. He should be the Shaquille O'Neal against Greg Foster in this situation. Let's see if he can get down low and maneuver. He wants the ball. But don't settle for jump shots.
Dampier pushed off the block. Shot clock at 8. Sura with Hughes rising. Deep 2 is barely ticking the iron. Brian Shaw to Bishop O'Dowd, Greg Foster out of Skyline, Mark Madsen out of San Ramon Valley High, and Isaiah Ryder from Encinal High School. The Bay Area very well represented. That's all Penberthy does.
Mookie gave him all kinds of room.
It's just not reading the scouting report. Mike Penberthy out of Masters College, 850 students in Newhall, California. Dampier hooking it up and in. Penberthy's in the mold of a John Paxson, Steve Kerr.
Good analogy. Good comparison. And he's not going to beat you off the dribble so likely, but he will burn from the outside. That's now Mookie. He got his attention.
Now Foster, the shot clock at 8, turns and fires it in. And so Greg Foster and Penberthy, 5 quick bench points.
See, Foster plays like the Warriors' Jackson. He likes to shoot from the perimeter.
To finish with the right hand.
When Shaq's out of the game, attack the basket, try to run up and down the floor, and get your points where you can, and play tougher defense. Damp doesn't have to help as much.
Kobe Bryant in the post, turns and fires off iron, and Dampier with the board. Every time the Warriors have run, good things have happened, and Blaylock catching is underneath the basket. Mookie rising and rimming it in. The bounces have gone White's way thus far.
Well, you always say, make sure when you throw it to someone near the basket, he can do something with it. I'm not sure about that with Mookie Blaylock running, but it proved successful.
Brian Shaw missing. Jamison's been a glass cleaner already with 7 boards.
Mookie doesn't want that ball running with it in traffic, and he has to run it down. But
Dampier, a good screen this time, and rolling.
And he jumped off the knee. We've talked about that knee having to get drained. He went strong off that left knee.
That was a nice screen and the excellent finish. Warrior lead is 7, their largest lead of the night. Foster in deep. Fading. Good defense by Dampier. Jamison couldn't collect it. Bryant's creating space and finishing.
Remember in the first quarter, he was in the same kind of spot on the other side of the hoop. I thought he could have finished. I think he can finish pretty much anytime he wants. Warriors had a chance for a rebound, and Jamison's been averaging over 10 rebounds in the last 8 games. Ball went right by him.
Already got 7. And Greg Foster fouling Dampier. So Eric Dampier with 4 here in the quarter. A renewed vigor after the early foul trouble. That's how you set a screen and roll to the hoop. The Warriors with a 5-point lead. Eric Dampier, the offensive focal point the first couple minutes of the second here. With a hook and a dunk. Vinny Del Negro checking in. With Mookie Blaylock, Dampier, Sura, and Jamison, and the Warrior bench surprisingly doubling up LA.
Let's see if they can continue that trend with Shaq out.
Antoine Jamison, he is 5 of 7 shooting, 10 points, 7 boards, 3 assists thus far.
What's amazing is he is getting so much more confident, and he's becoming a regular from the outside, and that's so encouraging.
Big matchup as Sura has to deal with Kobe Bryant in this matchup.
He's not going to be as quick.
Penberthy, another 3 is in. Mookie Blaylock is late dealing with Mike Penberth. He's at 2 threes.
The way to stop him is don't let him catch the ball. Don't give much help.
Jamison 3 is short, and Brian Shaw with the rebound.
So now one thing about it, the scouting report on Jamison is he can shoot the ball now, so he's getting challenged. They're running at his shooting hand. Or he's a good defender, and he bothered him.
Kobe turning, fading, and hitting. Kobe Bryant now with 14 on 6 of 11 shooting to lead all scorers. The Warrior lead trimmed to 2.
See, the Lakers have been coasting. We know that. Didn't protect the ball.
Robert Horry with the long arms, knocking it away. 11 to shoot. Mookie Blaylock got it up quickly on the glass before Foster could get there. Warriors shooting 54%. The Lakers shooting 53%. What an excellent ball game thus far.
Good shooting. Foster likes to just turn and shoot the ball.
Firing it over Dampier and dropping it in. So Foster and Penberth have 10 points off the bench. And Gary Benson has a foul on Foster, his second, trying to deal with Dampier.
Lakers foul, number 40.
Well, these guys that can shoot the ball, and Penberth, he certainly can. So Sura comes out and he falls down. So Mookie's kind of caught in no man's land, and Kobe Bryant was all alone for the fadeaway. No one got to it.
Right now, if you have 2 defenders on Mike Penberth, you're in trouble. As good as the rest of the Lakers are. Del Negro deep too. Del Negro's been hovering around 30% and struggling from the perimeter.
Push it up and you got the numbers. They have it.
Jamison down the lane, flipping it in. Good recognition by Mookie. And the Warrior lead grows to 8, their biggest of the night.
But I don't like having to yell at him like that.
It's a good thing he listens to you, though. Penberthy again missing badly. Jamison's got another board, and Horry fouls him. That's 3 quick fouls on Robert Horry. Already 14 fouls on the Lakers. And a timeout on the floor. Jamison, Sura, Blaylock, Dampier, and Vinny Del Negro. They look for Shaq inside. And you catch it that deep, it's a lay-in or a dunk. You have to do your work before he gets the ball. Easier said than done.
Yes, easier said than done. And that time he had a dunk, he just opted to lay it over the rim.
Antoine in on Madsen. And Antoine Jamison will get himself to the line. What a first half for Jamison. 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists on 6 of 10 shooting. Not a bad follow-up to his 51-point night. This is where the work for Antoine needs to start paying out, though, Jim. 60% free throwing.
Working on a double-double in the first half.
Jamison softly nets it. McDonald's is offering new mini meal deals, McDouble or McChicken with a small fry and small drink for $1.99, part of McDonald's everyday McValues menu. Jamison is out there on the free throws every day working. He was out here a couple hours before the game working on the foul shots, but a lot of it is just confidence.
I think it is, and with that 51 outburst in Seattle, making the first free throw there, I thought he might get over the hump with that psychological barrier, but he still came up short on that second one. He's human.
Brian Shaw inside, and Hugh Hollins has the foul on Blaylock on the drive. The Warriors' first personal of the quarter, and the first team foul as well.
This is a tough matchup for Mookie because Shaw is bigger and stronger. Now they switch back here. Mookie's got on Penberthy. Brian Shaw is capable of hitting threes also. Dampier sits down. Warriors actually played better when Jackson was in the game, and I think Dave Cowles recognizes that.
Bobby Sura came to help, and Mookie Blaylock took it from Shaq. Mookie with white shirts trailing. And then beautiful feed to Jamison. That's the Mookie Blaylock we have seen in years past. 6 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds off the bench.
I'll tell you, that was a great pass for Mookie. You see, you can take your time and pick your spots if you space out. Great defense, collapsing in. Bobby Sura knocks it away and keeps battling for it against the big strong man, and Mookie comes up with it. And he waited for the traffic, gets it over, and just a little ball rotation. A beautiful angle there to see it coming right into you.
Foul gave the Lakers the ball out of bounds, and Shaq couldn't catch it on the baseline.
Because the pass was challenged, and it was deflected. And then it went off Shaquille's hands.
Remarkable that Mark Jackson only has one personal foul in 11 minutes of guarding Shaquille O'Neal. And the Lakers losing the ball. The Warriors taking great care of it. Only 3 turnovers. And just as I get that out of my mouth, there's the 4th turnover of the half.
Can get you assists, but he'll get you more turnovers per assist. He's about 1.5 to 1, but Mookie's 4th in the league. He has 3.69 assists to 1 turnover. So he's pretty stingy with it.
Be sure to pick up the Contra Costa Times. Matt Steinmetz in attendance tonight. Mookie Blaylock has been the story off the bench. 5 assists to go with his 6 points. Perfect from the field. 3 rebounds as well. Brian Shaw catching and rattling it in. So Shaquille O'Neal with Kobe Bryant back on the floor, along with Larry Hughes to match up with him. Warrior shooting could not be any better. Beautiful move by Sura.
He's giving it a nice offensive game in the first half now tonight.
Sura with 9 now. Second leading Warrior scorer behind Jamison's 15. O'Neal on Jackson. Up and under. Got the ball back off the glass and laid it in. He walked with the ball. And Hughes headed the other way.
My question is, did the ball hit the rim on the first shot attempt? You can't catch your own shot.
Jamison, catch and shoot. I don't know if he was ready to catch it, but Antoine has 17.
I think they do too.
Jamison hitting them both, a 10-point lead.
Bobby was looking for Mookie to come from the weak side there and maybe get that pick after he went at Harper. Mookie didn't want to leave Kobe, and I don't blame him.
Harper posting at 3, and Ron Harper was fouled on the pass. Warriors still had a foul to give, so no free throws. First of the last 2 minutes.
You know, sometimes you play not to lose. You don't want to play just to kind of keep a 10-point lead into the half here. You want to try to extend that.
Shaq just catched and fired it in over Adam Keefe. So O'Neal with 11, Kobe Bryant with 14. Jamison's 19 leading the Warriors, and
Bobby Sura, illegal pick.
Sura picks up his 2nd foul. Well, the Warriors have to be careful in this final minute 33. All this tremendous work in the first half, you do not want to see evaporate going into halftime with a patented Laker burst.
And that's why I don't want to see them bring the ball down. Sure, you want to be aggressive and you want to be conservative with your ball handling, but you still want to attack the defense.
Kobe Bryant will have no problem attacking in on Hughes. Missed the lay-in, tipped in by Madsen.
Stanford against Stanford there, right over Adam Keefe.
What a screen by Adam Keefe. Kobe Bryant was rocked by Keefe, but he had the hands up high, and Gary Benson calls the offensive foul.
When Kobe gets up, Adam helped him up. Yeah, it still would have rocked him if he hadn't had the hands up. There's a good follow-up by Madsen. Just got inside Adam Keefe, and you follow the action. Keefe sets this rough screen, but you're right. Had the hands up, pushed off.
Had he stayed stationary, it would have been a big blow, but it would have been legal. Shaquille O'Neal rattling it in, and here we go. Warriors' 10-point lead is already down to 4. 6 unanswered by the Lakers.
And they keep walking the ball up the floor because they're trying to protect that lead. And that's what they were doing about a week ago here. The first quarter.
Setting up Blaylock. Corner 3 is in.
That's big.
Can the Warriors play some defense? Get the final possession of the half. Hughes went for the steal. Kobe catches and fires it in. Kobe Bryant was 16 in the first half.
You know, he's pretty good. Goodness.
He's the best non-7-footer in the NBA on both ends of the floor.
He can do everything. Doesn't have a weakness. Plus, he's all NBA first-team defense last year.
And he's 22 years of age. Shot clock winds down to 6. Hughes got in trouble. O'Neal hammered Jamison on the catch. The ball springs free to Bryant. He misses the bank. Shaw is there, and then the foul. A bad sequence for the Warriors, as Shaq might have got away with one on Jamison on the other end, and Shaw makes the Warriors pay.
Warriors' second team foul inside the last 2 minutes.
So Brian Shaw has been such an excellent role player, instrumental in Game 7 against Portland in the Western Conference Finals. And missing the first free throw. A 5.4 is enough time to move it down and get a shot.
Warriors want 20 seconds.
That's what Dave Cowens is going to talk about.
Good action, not much stoppage of it tonight in the first half.
So Shaw hits the free throw, 5.4.
So this is smart. I knew they'd come out with a full court press, make it tough to bring the ball up. Because you can't throw it towards the half court. There they did it.
Nice feed to Hughes, to the rim. He beat the clock, and the Warriors beat the press. At 1.8 left, watch Kobe Bryant. Shaw deep, intercepted by Hughes. Jamison from half court. And it's long. The biggest half of the year offensively for the Warriors. They pump in 63 on a team that allows only 96 a game. Better than ever. And Hughes with the 4 assists. And I think you hit on something with about a minute and a half left in the first half. You cannot play not to lose.
Yes.
You can't squeeze the basketball and hold the air out of it. The Warriors let it rip in the first half. There's no shame if you were to lose to the defending NBA champs, but take your best shot, be aggressive, take chances, get out on the break, which has been so successful, the 16-2 advantage. But it just shows you, after taking the Warriors' best shot, the Lakers are still right there, only down 6. Beginning the third, Kobe Bryant, Ron Harper, Rick Fox, Horace Grant, Shaquille O'Neal, Dampier, Jamison, Chris Porter, Larry Hughes, Bob Sura. Get it in deep to Grant. Repo Shaq with a shot clock at 7. Sura on the double. Kobe Bryant, nifty reverse layup is in.
How about that pass from Shaq? That's a terrible play there, but they come up with it.
The Warriors scramble and are lucky to get the ball. Sura with the 3 is in.
For Bobby Sura, they've been shooting less than 22% from three-point range, only a 6th. He was 0 for 4 in Seattle. Maybe that'll get him on track from that range. He's got good distance and good hop in his legs to get there.
Shot clock at 5. O'Neal pushed off the block by Dampier, and now the Warriors are illegal. Chris Porter just drifted below the foul line. We're just handed an update that Chris Mills was examined by Dr. Richard Ferkel in L.A.
Let's take a look at Bobby Sura's 3. Feels good. Kind of looks back at the bench.
Kobe Bryant a 3 right back. And just to finish up, Mills was examined by a foot and ankle specialist in Los Angeles. So he'll undergo further examination tomorrow in Oakland, and then his status will be updated. So no Chris Mills, at least for the foreseeable future.
Kobe just answered with a 3.
Larry Hughes spilled to the floor, missed the flip shot. And Ron Harper back the other way. Warrior lead is 4. Horace Grant trims that in half.
He doesn't miss 18 to 20 foot open jump shots.
Dave
very
Cowens
often.
is going to take a quick timeout here, a 20-second timeout, with 10:29 remaining in the third, just a minute and a half in.
So if we go out there and turn it up a notch and not just walk through the, through the valley, we'll come around. But he said you got to do it on the court. You can't expect them to lay down. They're not going to do it for you. You got to make your breaks. Their defense is a little bit better here in the second half.
Extended the defense, the guys in purple. Sura setting up Jamison, made sure it was a 3 and knocked it down. Antoine's got 22 and leads all scores. Bryant 21 for LA.
It's amazing. Usually when the guy looks down, it's a bad omen.
O'Neal deep on Dampier, turns and fires it over. Shaquille O'Neal with 15, Bryant with 21, 36 of the Lakers' 66 coming from the superstars. Sura dropping it back to Dampier, deep foul line shot. Chris Porter, the offensive board, he's hammered by Fox, and Porter will get himself to the line. And just the athleticism and the strength of Porter evident there. And now a technical foul on Rick Fox.
He thought he was over the back, but I'll tell you what else helped Porter on that play. When you shoot a ball that hits the backboard with such force and then hits the rim, it bounces long. This ball was way, way off mark. and it came right back into Porter, and he worked to get there.
Larry Hughes will shoot the technical foul.
You know, you can't just have the attitude, it's my turn to shoot it, unless you're capable of making that shot. That's a good hustle play by Porter. Almost got this to go back in, but he was hammered and pulled so hard by Rick Fox.
Dampier will sit down because if the top of the key jumper is available, you want Mark Jackson shooting it. Chris Porter will shoot 2 free throws and drop it in. Not a lot of free throws tonight for either squad. The Warriors 6 of 8, the Lakers 4 of 6. Sometimes it can be a foul fest with the Lakers parading to the line. Porter 1 out of 2. So with 3 opportunities, the Warriors come up with only a single point. Their lead is at 4. 2.5 into the third. Jackson deal with O'Neal again. Harper got hung up in the air, rattling it out, and Jackson the board.
A lot of body contact. He could have earned a trip to the line.
Sura to Jamison. Antoine, little runner, off back iron. Porter again, but swatted away by O'Neal, and Porter tracks it down.
I tell you, he loves to hustle.
Larry Hughes threw it behind Jackson. And then Porter on the reach-in foul. So the Warriors coming apart a little bit the first 3 minutes of the third. You like the energy, but the execution hasn't been there.
Well, remember, Jackson hasn't played a lot of minutes this year. Ball's off. Good hustle by Porter. Gets it rejected and done quick. In the turnover.
Play. Just left Jackson and dunked it. Jackson went for the steal. Lakers within 2.
Well, they led early, but
Jamison, quick 3. It's an air ball. Jackson trying to save. Horace Grant really challenged that 3. Antoine pulled the string short. They double Kobe Bryant. He walks it over Porter, fouled his own shot in, and the Lakers have caught it, and Kobe Bryant now has 23.
I tell you, it's a wonderful feeling when you think you can control anybody on the court. And Kobe has that kind of attitude.
13-7 Lakers through the first 4 minutes of the third.
When you think you can do anything that you want, it's a tremendous advantage. Now first, Shaq, with that big body, able to hold off Jackson so they pinpoint pass it for a dunk. And then Kobe did not travel on the play. He has an assortment of finishes, and there was one of them. Missed that first one, went right back up with that quick step that he has.
Chris Porter got it to Jamison. Rick Fox reached it in. Ron Harper will lay it up and in. They're waiting for the lob to Kobe Bryant. 15-7 Lakers.
And he's leading the league in that department. He's got to be more valuable. I mean, he was a space heater. Now, Bobby Sura is just coming into his own here a little bit, and it's very difficult to compare a power forward and a point guard / shooting guard. But I'd take Danny Fortson, as I say. Nothing against Bobby Sura.
I think if you looked at Bobby Sura for Jason Caffey and Danny Fortson and Adam Keefe for Daniel Marshall, those are both trades you'd make again. Only the Fortson injury makes it more difficult. LA starting to score inside here in the second half. Chris Porter had a good look and pulled the string short. The Warriors shooting has dipped to 55%. While the Lakers shooting has risen to 58%.
I like that they called Chris Porter's number on that. Now he's matched up on Kobe Bryant and denying the ball in the corner.
Shaq had to come a long way out to grab it. Horace Grant over Jamison, pulled the string short, rebound to Fox, and knocked away by Hughes, and Porter with a steal. The Warriors need some offense here. The Lakers are really locked down defensively. Jackson, ready to back up a bit on Shaq, drives in the big man, had it knocked away. And out of bounds, it'll be Warrior ball, but Mark Jackson catches it 2 feet deeper. He can just turn and shoot.
Well, even back up a little bit. Usually you want to try to take someone to the basket, but not Shaq. But I still admire his tenacity, his aggressiveness.
O'Neal has 4 blocks as Mookie Blaylock checks in for Bob Sura. Mookie just a scintillating first half with 9 points and 7 assists. Jamison couldn't collect it. Out of bounds to the Warriors. 5 to shoot now.
See, that's a learning curve right there, too. Jamison is open, but he's got to meet Shaquille O'Neal. I'm not sure that's the play you want. It was a nice pass and everything, but Larry might want to take another look.
So 5 to shoot on the inbound. Laker lead is 2. Jackson catches, shoots, fires. And Jackson 2 of 6 shooting now.
That's all right. He can't get discouraged. He's got to keep shooting that. It's a good shot. The ones he's missed have been close.
Kobe Bryant, foot on the line, long 2. Finally missed one. Ron Harper, though, the offensive board. That'll be demoralizing if the Warriors were to get stops but not be able to clean the glass.
They just keep running that triangle. They go to strong side, weak side, get a 3-man game, then a 2-man game, and then 1-on-1.
Kobe Bryant ran into Chris Porter, and Hugh Hollins had the foul. Larry Hughes will pick up the personal.
Now Kobe knows he's 1-on-1. Clock has come down. He ran into a crowd there, and if Porter hadn't reached in, they got him because he reached his arm out.
They called the foul on Hughes.
Well, I'll tell you what happened there. Earlier in the game, Kobe went in. It was late second quarter. They stripped the ball from him. He went over and talked to Leon Wood. So the next time in, it's almost automatic you're going to get yourself to the line, because I thought he was hit less there than he was in the first half. But that's give and take.
Laylock back to Mark Jackson. Kobe all over him. Jackson putting it on the floor, missing the bank, and then fouling. So the Warriors really coming unraveled offensively.
But with 6:08 to go, they're down by 4. Now Jackson forced that one, a little anxious.
Jackson committing the personal foul, his 3rd. But Dave Cowens is trying to make sure that the whistles don't get a little out of hand here in the 3rd. Lakers have the superstars and the NBA title reputation. Mookie Blaylock with the steal. And just as we mentioned that, we have another foul. Blaylock had stolen the ball, was headed the other way. And that's the 4th foul on Mark Jackson.
They said he was holding. Let's see. Now Mookie's over in the corner. I don't know how they called that one on Mookie. He was near nobody.
It was on Mark Jackson.
That's what I was going to say. It was on Jackson. He was on Shaquille.
And Dave Cowens is just sensing the whistles going against the Warriors. He's picked up a technical foul. He's trying to stem the tide here.
What's hurt him more, though, is 2 of 11 shooting in this quarter, as opposed to Lakers 7 of 11. It just showed you that.
Bryant hitting the free throw. It's a 9-0 Laker run. Dave Cowens has said, hey, we didn't have any whistles in the first half either way, and it was a fun game. Get out of here.
That was a good tee from Dave.
I agree.
Good strategy right at this point. Give up a point.
And an offensive foul on the Lakers, as Hugh Hollins also sensed that maybe one of his mates was getting a little iffy and trying to even things up. And the Lakers will end up with a timeout. We hit the mandatory.
Of course, Karl Malone just passed Wilt Chamberlain for number 2 on the all-time list last night.
Kobe has doubled the number of points Malone had at a similar age. Bob Sura back in. Warriors have gone small here.
I'm going to bet you, though, that Kobe won't be as efficient at age 38 as Karl Malone still is.
Larry Hughes up and under. Ball knocked out of bounds.
Just more difficult for a small man to take over a game at age 38, but Malone still has that body, and that allows him to maneuver inside.
At age 38, you got to think Shaq's out of the league, too. Playing alongside him is going to help Kobe. Hughes took Bryant in. The Warriors are 2 of 13 in the quarter. And then Dampier with the offensive board, but fouled in the process. They cannot get a basket to go down after their best offensive half of the season.
Yeah, I don't believe Larry Hughes has scored this quarter. And he had a great opportunity there, just slipped right by as it rolled off the rim.
Eric Dampier to shoot a pair. Not the friendliest place of the season for him from the foul line, and he misses off back iron. Dampier had raised his free throw shooting to 54%. A nice 7 of 10 effort up in Seattle. The Warriors can't find any points. But it's rough to watch.
I think I have one I would say philosophy about free throw shooting. If you can't hit free throws, don't shoot jump shots.
Mookie Blaylock picks Penberth. He doesn't get it cleanly. Hughes running. Bryant there to block it. Larry stays with it and lays it in. That's a big basket, and it came off of Blaylock's defense.
Kobe made a great play, but Hughes did stay with it, kept in bounds.
Shaq very deep, turns and fires it in over Dampier.
I would think that would be a harder shot than a free throw. Jump hook, turn around. But, you know, if Dampier can't hit that free throw, he shouldn't be shooting jump shots from the free throw line.
Mookie Blaylock missing. Warriors shooting 31 points in the first quarter, 32 in the second. They have 9 in 7.5 minutes. Penberthy won't have any problem shooting. Mike Penberthy, the shooting specialist. He was a second division player in Germany, waived by a CBA team, and brought in specifically to shoot the ball. Sura blocked by O'Neal, the 5th block, and the Lakers throw it away, fortunately for the Warriors.
That was just like the one Shaq blocked on Larry Hughes very early in the game. He covers both sides of the rim, and that makes it very difficult because you can use the rim as an offensive weapon. I think he covers the area better than Wilt used to, quite frankly. And Wilt was pretty good at it. But Shaq does not commit himself. He just waits on right in the middle in front of the rim so he can cover either side.
Dampier inside, and Shaquille O'Neal called for the foul. He pushed him. 3rd foul on O'Neal. Next whistle either way will be free throws the rest of the quarter, just under the 4-minute mark in the 3rd. Warriors led by 6 at the half, but have gone stone cold here. Only 9 points in the 3rd quarter. They've had some open looks. Sura on Penberthy. Blaylock rotates to Jamison. Jumper on the way. Is in. A 3. Antoine's got 25 to offset Kobe Bryant's 26.
Kobe playfully says something to him on the way back. He jumped at him, but he wasn't on the shooting hand side.
On Larry Hughes, just reaches and fires over him. At 6'7", he's bigger than Larry, and he can jump higher probably.
And he had a live dribble, see, and that kept Larry back just another foot.
Penberthy just picked Mookie Blaylock. The Warriors are shooting poorly enough that you don't want to be turning the ball over even without getting a shot.
Stuck his hand in the passing lane.
O'Neal to Bryant. Warriors collapse. Shot and then the foul.
Well, Hugh Holland's explaining to Larry Hughes. Now Kobe, see, has that dribble left, so he just kind of keeps Larry Hughes bolted to the floor. And then the double clutcher smothered pretty well by Larry Hughes. Kobe had nowhere to go with it. Jamison doesn't like it. Now imagine they called it on Larry.
Yes, they did. Hughes, second personal.
And he's still talking with Hugh Holland.
Hugh Holland says, Larry, you're not a superstar yet. And Kobe already is. That's why it's a foul.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all.
You don't buy that?
No, I don't.
Michael Jordan never got a whistle because he was the best player in the game.
It helps. And Kobe certainly earned that. But I think that Kobe's been denied a few times tonight where they could have blown the whistle. And you're right, Larry will get his due in due time.
Kobe with 30. And illegal defense on LA. Kobe Bryant with 14 here in the 3rd is single-handedly outscoring the Warriors.
Yeah, the great players make their breaks. But I do think that was a pretty good block down there Hughes had. And he stayed with it all the way and didn't really bring his arm down.
Well, the issue is if that isn't a good defensive play, then he's unguardable because you can't play defense on him then. Jamison, the high arcer off front iron, and Bryant headed the other way.
Now, Antoine is either all the way in or all the way out tonight. And against Seattle, he had some mid-range jumpers.
Ron Harper sneaking in for the offensive tip after a rare Bryant miss. And the Laker lead has grown to 10. Outscoring the Warriors 19-5. Sura missing, and O'Neal with the rebound. Bryant's on Hughes. He traveled. And the Lakers turn it over. Lakers shooting 58% for the game. Just an outstanding third quarter. While the Warriors have gone cold here. Warriors led 70-66. Now trail 85-75. 2 minutes left in the third. Jamison inside, up and under, rims in.
I like that. And he worked very diligently against a premier defender in Horace Grant.
Antoine's got 27. Bryant's got 30.
But he's missed a couple outside, so he goes inside.
Penberthy
using the screen well.
Mike Penberthy is killing the Warriors. Penberthy has 10 off the bench.
And most of them on Mookie. I know he had 2 threes early in the game on Mookie.
That's just insult to injury. Bryant and O'Neal, you expect. It's the role players for LA. Sir, a little flip. Off iron. Jamison spilled to the floor. He's hurt. Antoine Jamison.
I think he's going to be okay, but
Hughes with the steal. It's a 2-on-1. Larry taking it in, and Antoine blocked by Grant. Takes it back and puts it in.
He's okay, isn't he?
I guess he got healthy in a hurry. Credit the defense of Larry Hughes. Final minute of the third.
Hey, I'm on the floor. Larry's got the ball. Hey, Larry, I'm okay.
Lazarus has risen. Horace Grant with the deep 20-footer. Wow, are the Lakers good.
Horace Grant has had 4 20-foot jumpers today.
Jamison working on Grant, and he's fouled in the process.
Now, that was a pretty good block, too, see?
LA is 13 of 18 shooting in this quarter.
Now, Bobby Sura goes in for the drive. Jamison hard to the floor. Lays there until the Warriors come up with the ball. And he says, all of a sudden, hey, try it. Good block by Horace Grant, and Antoine staying with it.
Antoine Jamison now with 30. It's not a bad back-to-back, 51 and 30. And we still have a fourth quarter to play. You get the idea, and I know the Warriors are anxious for it as well, and it's going to take a while to at least February or later. But Jamison with Danny Fortson, where he doesn't have any really defensive rebounding responsibilities, how good could this guy be? And Antoine's got 31.
What you don't want Antoine to turn into is just simply an offensive player. Hey, Montego Cummings.
Montego Cummings, after missing 15 games, is in with a protective mass after fracturing the cheekbone. Kobe Bryant corner 3. The Lakers 14 of 19 shooting in the third. They've missed 5 shots. Larry Hughes laid it up and in, but Kobe Bryant called for the foul, and Hughes will shoot free throws.
Well, this is ever dangerous to traveling. Now, if Hughes has the ball out of his hands, you can shuffle the feet and move them. Now, Sam Jones used to play with the Celtics, a Hall of Famer, did that very well. If the ball's in your hands, Larry's going to have to change that move and monitor it a little more closely, because he took a few steps there.
A rare free throw for the Warriors and missed in the process.
Let's watch Larry here as he comes in. Yeah, see, that's just a running start there. Although we see a lot of players do it. And it's hard to tell on that long dribble, so he's pretty deceptive with that.
1 out of 2 free throwing. 1/10 of a second differential, game clock, shot clock. Likely the final possession of the third. Just a magnificent quarter for LA. O'Neal, 7. Dampier challenged nicely. Kobe kept it alive. Mookie's got it. Out to Larry Hughes with 1 from midcourt. And nowhere close. We mentioned Bryant was 5 of 8. The rest of his teammates were 11 of 12 for the quarter. Montego 1-2. Off iron. Jamison one-handed rebound, and he's fouled.
He did a great job of holding off Horace Grant with the left side. Read the rebound real well and actually got it flat-footed on the floor.
And Antoine, 10 rebounds. Actually the game's leading rebounder. And the free throws looking much better. Antoine 6 of 7. You can purchase your tickets with your Bank of America check card or Visa card at the arena in Oakland for select games. You get a discount of up to $11 off your ticket. The next B of A check holder night will be December 14th when the Warriors take on the Houston Rockets. Call the Warriors and ask about the B of A check card nights at 888-GSW-HOOP. 19,273 here tonight. They've got their money's worth, no discount, as Jamison hits a pair. 30 seconds into the fourth.
No discount. I know a scalper who was selling some tickets. I don't know the scalper. I know who bought the tickets, though.
Jamison coming up with a steal. And fouled in the process. So Antoine Jamison.
I finished my thought on that, too. $55 seats. He paid $175 for a seat. Each seat 3 times the face value. He wanted good seats. There were none available. Bought it from some ticket broker.
Just spectacular Laker play in the third. We'll see if the Warriors have an answer here in the fourth. Dampier doubled. Puts it on the floor on Madsen. Laylock reposted Dampier. Shot clock at 9. Jamison spotting up. Jamison drilling. You know it's going in. He's got 35.
It's just nice to see, and it's going to help this club. I'll tell you right now, Montego back, that's going to help. If they had Fortson this whole time, you're looking at a 500 club.
You'd be adding against Donald Foyle as well, and Chris Mills. Kobe Bryant, a good call on Chris Porter with the two-hand chuck.
Well, he had
picks up his third foul.
Pardon me, Bob. Nailed to the floor. Now Dampier drawing a crowd and getting rid of the ball. Jamison steps into that shot. Perfect footwork. Very relaxed release from the fingertips and the wrist. And that's pretty.
Antoine 13 of 21 shooting. Brian Shaw missing. Dampier with the rebound. O'Neal is resting right now with Ori, Bryant, Madsen, Shaw, and Penberthy. Chris Porter rising. Kind of squirted out of his hands on that shot, and Ori with the rebound.
I don't think he expected Kobe to get there.
Madsen running and finishing, and Mark Madsen just tied his career high with 4.
Now if Dampier can't exploit Madsen, he's got a size advantage. They are double and triple teaming at times.
No double coming. Dampier walled off by Madsen. Montego gets Shaw in the air. Wing jumper is down. Montego Cummings can provide that offensive spark. It's a 6-point game, and the Warriors won't go away with 9:44 remaining.
Dampier's not forcing it. Give him credit. He's finding some open people. Give Madsen credit, though, for keeping him out.
Dampier goaltended. The Robert Horry hook. Nice feed from Kobe Bryant. You can say what you want about San Antonio and Portland and Sacramento. I'm telling you, the Lakers are still the team to beat. I mean, they have the hardware. They've added Horace Grant. We haven't even seen Ryder tonight. But Penberthy, Madsen, Shaw, the role players are outstanding within the system.
No question.
Dampier falling down, and the Warriors losing it out of bounds. And that's just an ugly sequence there. Dave Cowens, frustrated to say the least. 11th turnover of the night has resulted in 17 Laker points. A little half-court trap. Montego playing with Hughes, Jamison, Dampier, and Blaylock, and the long 2 dropped in by Brian Shaw. And the Lakers are shooting 60% for the game. They're just special to watch. Jamison has been special as he rims it up and in. Antoine's got 37. And the Warriors won't go away. Still keeping it a single-digit game.
He turned, and Madsen was right there, and he was undaunted. He just released it so quickly and still had a nice soft touch on it, Antoine.
Hughes nearly had the steal on Bryant again. Kobe isolated on Montego. Back pocket 5. He turns and he's fouled. And Kobe Bryant, free throws 8 and 9. Lakers have shot 11.
Number 5, Montego Cummings. First person, second.
Kobe Bryant. Give it a year or so, it's going to be Kobe Jordan. The comparisons are inevitable. He talks like him, he walks like him, he moves like him, he shoots like him, and he plays like him.
I heard you on the radio today. You can't deny it. But let him be Kobe. Because I'll tell you what, he may be just as good as Michael when it's all over.
Well, his goal is to be better.
Uh-huh.
And Kobe Bryant last night said he's modeled his game after Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, and Michael Jordan.
The guys who get the triple doubles.
Kobe 35 tonight.
Averages over 5 rebounds a game and nearly 5 assists. That should count if it went.
Larry Hughes getting the body bump. Couldn't get the runner to float in, but Hughes will go to the line. The off-guard battle in the Western Conference over the next 10 or so years, Hughes and Bryant's ought to be worth the price of admission. You talk about well-rounded play. In minutes per game, Kobe Bryant is second at 40. Larry Hughes is 10th at 37. In assists per game, Larry Hughes is 4.4, fifth, and Kobe Bryant is third, 4.6. In rebounds per game, Hughes actually rebounds the ball better than Bryant, 5.4 to 5.2. Points per game, Kobe first, Larry 11th, and steals, Larry Hughes is fourth among all off-guards. That's a pretty good comparison at the off-guard spot for both of them.
Larry just has to work on his shooting.
Penberthy missing, Matson can't finish, and Jamison with a rebound. It's a 9-point game, and the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Warrior basketball.
Very reachable. Need to get the crowd into it. They've been very quiet, rather stoic in this quarter.
They're stunned by the Lakers' excellence in the third. Larry Hughes beginning to heat up a bit. Hughes now with 16.
I said earlier, it's going to come down, can they stop the Lakers? Because you couldn't count on them scoring. Now, they had a tough field goal percentage in the third quarter and weren't able to stop the Lakers. Let's see if they can get them here.
Matson feeding Kobe Bryant. Beautiful.
He's unstoppable.
13 of 24 shooting. Jamison has 37. Kobe Bryant has 37. Hughes got the screen from Antoine and knocked away by Ori. And off of Hughes, it's Laker ball. He was going to flip it back to Jamison for the jumper, but the long arms of Ori and Bryant forced the turnover.
Those are two tough guys to deal with. In fact, when you turn that corner like that, they're there, maybe back up with a dribble to try to create the passing angle. They're dangerous defenders.
Ori headed the key three, doesn't go. Hughes with the rebound. Warriors ran much more effectively in the first half.
Oh, it was amazing. They led in points in the paint, second chance points, fast break points, 16-2.
A foul as Jamison was spilled after the Hughes miss. And Leon Wood says, keep it here. Robert Ori will pick up the personal. Robert Ori is always talking, and he finally will get the technical. Gary Benson, Hugh Hollins, and Leon Wood have let Ori jog quite a bit this evening.
I don't think Robert Ori is one of your beloved players around the league among the officials.
I would agree with you.
That's a generalization.
I don't think Danny Ainge likes him much either.
No.
Throwing the towel over him when he was a member of the Phoenix Suns.
He wasn't hard on him last night, though, was he?
Montego Cummings, the technical free throw is good. So it's an 8-point game. I don't know if the Lakers are going to shoot 60% for the ball game, but the Warriors continue to hang around. All kinds of time left with 7:05 in the fourth. What a night, though. Jamison 37, Kobe Bryant 37.
The Warriors, though, have had a chance to win it. They still do.
Dampier, a quicker move, and he lost it. Another turnover. He had the positioning on Matson. He forgot the ball. And the crowd doesn't like it at all.
And a lot of boos from this crowd.
Bryant on Hughes. Larry denies baseline. And an offensive foul as Bryant cleared out with the free arm.
And that hurt Larry a little bit. He came up wincing. Now watch the right arm of Kobe Bryant. The right arm goes in. Now maybe Hughes ran into somebody else because I don't think that would hurt him, but seems to be okay. But a good defensive play. He moved his feet very well, did Larry.
Larry Hughes might have got the wind knocked out of him briefly there. Bent over and took a few deep breaths. Hughes around Bryant, stops in the lane, and I think he was waiting for a cutter, and Hughes spilled in the front court. Lakers with numbers. Ori spotting Penberthy, sets his feet, misses the three. Jamison high for the rebound. Montego Cummings in transition, has Blaylock spotting up. Mookie three, doesn't go. Antoine kept it alive, but it's Laker ball.
Heck of an effort
It's sitting there at 8. The Warriors have had opportunity after opportunity, but can't trim the lead. And the big man, O'Neal, goes to midcourt.
Right. I thought Jamison had the rebound, so did he, but Kobe came up with a big play right there to knock it away off it. One-on-one, clear the side.
Kobe Bryant will rise over Hughes. He got a piece of it. A defensive stop. Can they get inside of 8? 5:50 remaining in the game. Who did they go to? They got Montego on Penberthy. They clear aside. Cummings right around him, and he's fouled. 5:40 remaining. The Lakers up 102-94 with Montego Cummings to shoot free throws. Our Ultimate TV replay. Ultimate TV, get more out of your TV. And Antoine Jamison, 51 on Sunday, 37 tonight. And doing everything. Rebounding, aggressive, defensively, involved in loose ball battles.
Active and giving the Warriors a lot. But watch Kobe Bryant. Sticks his hand in there, and then he goes off Jamison. That's what they ruled anyway. 8-point game. Now, nice to see young players in the league. First of all, with impeccable reputations. Kobe Bryant, Antoine Jamison. I'll tell you what, they're good citizens. They're great basketball players, and they're getting better. And this guy's a good guy, too. Playful. Mark Batson said he's very jovial in the locker room, very loose before every game.
Shaquille O'Neal checks in with 5:40 remaining. Field goal percentage at third quarter, the difference in the ball game, 70% for LA.
See, there used to be points, though, about 30 years ago, Bob. Those were quarterly points. By the way, the Clippers scored 54 points in the fourth quarter tonight
on the road
to beat the Wizards. 54. They only had 39 in the first 3.
Montego Cummings already with 4 off the bench. And he misses the free throw, but he rebounds in and out of Cummings' hands right to Robert Horry.
Okay, that's what drives Dave Cowens nuts. He said, loose balls that are there, you don't come up with them. That really frustrates him.
They need almost a perfect game to upset the Lakers. It's a 7-point game now. Look for Kobe Bryant. Shot clock at 7. Waved away Horry, and Hughes knocked it out of bounds. It's still Laker ball, but only 3 to shoot.
Kobe didn't want the screen because when Horry came over to set the screen, he just brought another defender. And it really messed him up.
Hit it into Shaq with 2. Dampier. Shot comes after the 24 seconds.
A lot of contact.
A lot of contact. I was waiting for the foul. He hit Shaq right in the wrist.
And also hit Brian Shaw when he went to get the ball initially.
Neal's only been to the line once tonight, 1 for 2.
That was the foul. Jackson, when he hacked him right near the basket.
7-point game. Montego around Brian Shaw in the lane. Flipping it up. Couldn't finish. He was waiting for Shaq.
Absolutely. That was a Shaq intimidation. And yet he stayed back. Bill Russell used to do that. Pick his spots. Shaq wasn't even a factor, but he was psychologically.
I don't think he's going to be scared with that broken cheek. Right into the paint. Feed Shaq. Shot clock at 5. Wheels on Dampier. Shoots it over him and in. And O'Neal's got 21. It's a big basket there. Montego's flip shot could have cut it to 5. O'Neal's hook makes it a 9-point game.
Well, we talked about Hughes-Kobe matchup, but at the end of the game, you throw it into Shaq, he can bail you out against Dam tonight.
Jamison, little runner. Antoine's got 39. And Horry's a premier defender.
He's just got, as I say, fastest gun in the West. Kobe does his with that jumping ability, just fading and shooting over you, a mixture of offensive capability, but Jamison has the quicker release.
Isolation on Shaq. Where's the 5-second call? And Horry is fouled. Shaquille O'Neal was backing in for more. If you're going to call that new 5-second rule, what better example would there have been than that? He counted at home once he gets the ball here. That's the slowest 5 seconds in humanity.
Right about 5, he made that spin. I guess they gave him the benefit of the doubt. On the replay anyway.
O'Neal again. Spot Brian Shaw. Shot clock at 2. Kobe Bryant missing. And Dampier, good box out. 7. He's hit 51 and 41 his last 2 games.
Forget that, they're down by 5. He's carrying them.
O'Neal working on Dampier. Jamison's got 10 in the quarter. Shot clock at 9. Jack again, wheels in. And he's fouled.
He was out of control. Did he travel before the contact? But this isn't a bad foul, even if he is shooting free throws. Now, Kobe misses. A good seal as Dant just controls it. Gets it to Mookie. Now watch this right down the middle. Watch the left of your screen. Nifty footwork. Soft hands.
And O'Neal bricks the free throw, and the crowd loves it. At a 5-point game, you may get into hack-a-shack territory.
I was going to say, just do like Don Nelson does. Just keep fouling him.
The Warriors take a timeout. O'Neal has 1 free throw remaining. 3:15 left in the game. The Warriors were down 11. They trail by 5 now.
Block out. That's the key right here. I guarantee you. Well, he made it. But they were reminded by Dave Cowens to block out. It's still not a bad thing for the hack-a-shack, Bob. I like that philosophy. Otherwise, Kobe can just take over each time.
A lot of time remaining. Good screen by Dampier, but Bryant fights through it. They look for Jamison. Wheeling in. Goaltended. And Antoine's got 43. What a breakout series of games for Antoine Jamison.
He plays like Bernard King around the basket now. The quick release, you never know where it's going to come from.
It's a 4-point game, and do the Warriors go hack-a-shack if O'Neal touches the ball? Bryant's in trouble. Jump ball. It's a jump ball. Kobe's likely to win it with his superior leaping ability.
Well, this is where you can't give away the basket right there. But this is one you can sometimes kind of steal. Let's see how they line up.
Jamison trying to walk into the jump circle. And it's going to be Blaylock and Kobe Bryant. You got to be careful to tip right to O'Neal.
No, he's going to go to Horace Grant.
And Penberthy.
Yes.
To his right.
That's where he should go anyway.
If he tipped it right to Shaq, you got to watch the wheel on the dunk. Mookie may not even jump. He may just play defense.
Hughes is going to come back. There's the tip. And he didn't get it.
Out of bounds. Neither official saw it. Warrior ball.
Hugh Holland saw it. There's a break.
Down 4, 2:49 left.
Phil Jackson, you know what he's doing at the other end. He's walking out to half court, giving it to Leon Wood. Let's see how the Warriors respond.
The crowd becoming a factor. They look for Jamison, working on Grant. Very tough delivery there. Instead of Montego. Dampier back out to Blaylock. Shot clock at 8. Mookie will fire. Have come from 11 down. They trail by 2. Penberthy in trouble. 2:15 left. O'Neal, the isolation. Inside to Bryant, fading and silencing the crowd.
They should have grabbed Shaq. They should have just wrapped him up.
Missed the opportunity to foul O'Neal. Dampier has 3 fouls to give. Hughes down the lane, and Larry is fouled in the process. And 2 critical free throws for Larry Hughes. But once O'Neal had it, reach and grab him. Right there. Even a touch foul would have sent O'Neal to the line. Warriors would have been over the limit. And Hughes nets the free throw. Larry Hughes with 17. And he hits them both, and we're back to a 2-point game. We'll see if they foul.
Have they shown that they could stop Bryant? Rhetorical question. Absolutely not. If Shaq touches the ball, wrap him up. You got to play percentages. Grab him. They don't have to.
They come up with a steal. The Warriors could tie this trip down. Mookie in transition. Hughes springing free. Bryant there to close. Montego will use the Jamison screen down the lane. Still been fouled. And Montego Cummings, first game back from a nasty spill, just like that against San Antonio.
Well, I'll tell you something. Does he lay it on the line? Play the minutes. They haven't gone back to Bobby Sura. He took this to the basket, and Shaq didn't look like he wanted to. He didn't look like he was trying to block. He looked like he was trying to foul Harper.
And it's going to be called a flagrant foul. A flagrant foul. He didn't make a play on the ball. He didn't make a play on the ball. It's 2 free throws and possession for the Warriors with 1:33 left. And Montego's free throw rattles in. It's a 1-point game, and the Warriors will have the ball. They're standing at the arena. 19,273. It's a clear path foul. That's 1 free throw and possession. They're trying to determine if Cummings was shooting or not.
Well, of course he was shooting. You know, in this situation, you're going to get 2 free throws in the ball.
That's what it should be.
Yes, he will.
The Lakers initially tried to deke Leon Wood. The Beat LA chant resonates through the arena. Big free throw for Montego to tie it. We're knotted at 107. From 11 down, a 12-3 Warrior run has tied things at 107. The miserable third quarter is forgotten.
Hey, by the way, you know what? In the last 2 minutes of the game, if you intentionally foul, the other team can choose anybody they want to shoot free throws. That's a new rule this year.
It's a new rule.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that. Tie ball game.
They got to
7 to shoot. Blaylock with 5. Montego springs free with 4. Rises. O'Neal blocked it. O'Neal blocked it. And we'll have a foul. A big whistle here.
Is it a foul or just possession Warriors? It went off. Horace Grant.
Gary Benson had Grant and Jamison. It's a 24-second violation, so it wasn't a foul. 24-second violation. And fortunate for the Lakers as that ball went off Horace Grant.
Yeah, remember that new rule. So if they foul O'Neal on purpose, they've got to disguise it.
Minute 19 left in the game, even at 107. Who do you think they're going to go to? Hughes has Kobe Bryant.
Kobe will have the ball.
Kobe, shot clock at 15. Around Hughes, rising, rimming, and Derek Hughes tracks it down. And Dave Cowens are going to take time, and they go crazy in Oakland. A minute 2 left, 107 all, and the unthinkable. They have ridden Antoine Jamison's 43 points back into this ball game, and they've played solid defense down the stretch. 62 seconds left. The timeout situation. And who do the Warriors go to? Netscape scores around the league as Dave Cowan sends out Larry Hughes, Bob Sura, Antoine Jamison, Mookie Blaylock, and Montego Cummings. The Warriors have gone incredibly small here on the offensive end. In the fourth, Antoine Jamison is perfect. He's got a dozen points, 5 of 5 shooting from the field, and he's made both free throws. Jamison on O'Neal. Out to Hughes, little 2-man game. Larry behind the back. Shot clock at 4. Antoine's running in! And it's an offensive foul! Hugh Hollins is going to wave the basket off. Unbelievable! They take the basket away.
Take a look. Harper's in the middle, top of your screen there to the right. He comes out. I'll tell you, that's a tough call because Jamison had already committed. It could have very easily been a blocking foul and a chance of a 3-point play. Harper got there late. He was still moving. I don't like the call. I really don't like the call. I bet he earned the basket. No whistle would have been certainly acceptable.
35 seconds left. 107. 107. Shot clock at 12. Bryant today, they look for O'Neal. To Kobe with 6. Now with 5, he fires. Jamison's got the board. Saving it. Shot clock is off. Even at 107. The Warriors can play for 1. Dave Cowens wants a timeout. Kobe's missed 4 of his last 5 shots. Shot clock off. Warriors out of timeouts. 14.1 seconds left. Even at 107. Jamison, Hughes, Sura, Montego, Cummings, Blaylock, Grant and Shaw, Ron Harper, Mike Penberthy, and Kobe Bryant.
I can just tell you this. You do not want to shoot and leave 2 or 3 seconds on the clock for the Lakers to get it, call time, go the other way.
So you want to take the final shot or go to overtime. You can go in the backcourt and catch it. Montego Cummings will stand there.
They'll just spread it out.
They spread it out with 9. Now with 8. With 7. With 6. Montego's runner doesn't go. Ron Harper will call the timeout. 2.5 left. He shot it a bit early.
I'll tell you what, he had a great look at it. He had to take it. I really think he made it harder than it needed to be. Maybe they don't want to throw in the Shaq because it draws the crowd and you get deflected. 2.5 seconds is time for Kobe to catch, take 1 or even 2 dribbles and go up and fire. And you can't touch him.
You got to think Bryant's coming to catch the ball. The Lakers in a stack with Grant, Harper, Kobe Bryant, and Bryant shot at inbound right at midcourt. 2.5 left. Warriors out of timeouts. Even at 107.
Kobe wants it.
Kobe. Catch, fire to win it. And it rims over. And we've got overtime. This game's been so good, we're going to play another 5 minutes. Dampier fouls Shaquille O'Neal 24 feet away from the basket for his 5th foul of the game.
I'm perplexed again. They're going to go to Kobe. They're going to Kobe.
Dampier fouls out. Jackson's turn again. Shaq inside.
That's where you should foul him.
And that's a good foul as O'Neal will go to the line. Antoine Jamison picking up his 2nd personal. And O'Neal 2 of 4 free throwing.
They're not going to let him shoot. They're going to say he was passing. Not shooting. You know what?
The Warriors are over the limit in terms of team fouls.
I was going to say, you know what? Maybe that's why Dampier fouled on purpose, just to get over the limit. Double team Kobe, take the ball out of his hands so that Shaquille would shoot free throws. This might be the ploy.
The Lakers have yet to commit a foul in overtime. The Warriors have committed the requisite 4 now, so the Lakers are over the limit.
We know about the deep thinking man that Jackson is, but he may have an equal in Dave Cowens. Dave Cowens is a man that uses all of his brain.
These are big free throws for O'Neal. Crowd getting into it. And Shaq hits the first, so the 40% free thrower, 5 of 19 against Dallas, is 3 of 5 shooting tonight from the line. And this one, the most important one in terms of boxing out.
With a 4-point lead, though, I still don't mind giving up 2.
And he misses the 1 out of 2.
Yeah, that's you're playing percentages there because they're going to put it in Bryant's hands. He's going to probably score it on likelihood or get fouled, and he's going to score with the 2 free throws.
Can the Warriors do it offensively? Leading by 3. Sora 3 is in! Bobby Sora skipping back defensively. His lead is 6.
His biggest shot as a Warrior up to this juncture.
Kobe Bryant isolated on Hughes. Jamison comes to help. Bryant silencing the crowd again. And Kobe's got 43.
And that's why you keep fouling Shaq if he gets the ball.
So the Warriors have another basket. 2:15 left at overtime. Bryant with a steal. Bryant with the steal and the dunk. As he picked Larry Hughes at midcourt. Dave Cowens will take time. Warrior 2-point lead, 2 minutes left. Sura in the lane, got caught up in the air, another turnover, back-to-back turnovers. Bryant on the catch. Lakers can tie this trip down. Wheels in, Kobe in traffic, and you know he's going for the foul, and he got it. So back-to-back turnovers, and Antoine Jamison has spilled and hit his head on the baseline.
6th personal foul.
Dampier has fouled out of the ball game.
Well, Kobe turns away from the crowd. It eventually became 4 Warriors.
Jamison just took that ball away from him. And Dampier had the body contact. He's fouled out.
Kobe made sure that he got some body contact. Smart of him, because had he opted just to dribble and try to secure the ball and get to somebody else, it would have taken it out of his hands. He just made the spin move, gets himself to the line where he's been automatic.
Dampier, 4 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 fouls. Kobe Bryant, who has been automatic.
Well, the Warriors got all the breaks. Shaquille 1 out of 2 free throws. The Warriors score. Bobby Sura hits a 3. Then Kobe Bryant comes back, and that big steal made it a 2-point game rather than a 4-point. And the Warriors, it was a 4-point swing there possibly, because the Warriors could have boosted up to 6 or 7. A little bit of self-destruction. Tie game.
Hits them both. Mark Jackson in. 1:45 left, tie ball game. They're gone as the 6-point lead that quickly. The 6 straight from Kobe Bryant. Jamison on Horace Grant.
He wants an isolation.
Grant, the excellent defender. Jamison, little bunnies in. Antoine with 49. He's made his last 9 shots.
And he's beating a great defender. He just outquicked him again.
I don't think Bryant's giving it up. Kobe Bryant rising from the wing. He got it again. Bryant's got 49. Jamison's got 49. Let's do it again, even at 120. 70 seconds left in overtime.
As Paul Naylor said once, who are those guys?
Jamison's got it! Back-to-back 51-point games.
We got a minute to play.
And now Bryant tries to answer.
You know where he's going.
The Warriors have a defensive stop.
He's not going to give it up.
Bryant on Hughes in traffic. What's the call? The ball's loose. There is no call. Sura's got it. Hughes running. And he's fouled. He went to reverse it. Shaw fouled him. A dangerous play at a dangerous time.
I say get the easy 2 off the board. But let's talk about Antoine as he beats Horace Grant once again, this time from the perimeter. And he feels good, yeah. He's duplicated his Seattle output. Great defense here. Jamison didn't reach in. Kobe had nowhere to go. Almost came up with it and gets stripped.
By Bobby Sura. Jamison was 23 of 36 in Seattle. He's 21 of 29 from the field tonight.
Oh, my word.
The 2 biggest free throws of the night, though, to be attempted by Larry Hughes with the Warriors up 2. Make it 3.
Okay, he could have had a 3-point play. If he'd taken that ball underneath the rim, the foul would have gotten him after he made the basket. Look at this.
He's made his last 10 shots in a row. And Hughes hits the free throw. The 4-point lead is back. And Berthie Shaw, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, and Horace Grant. 42.8 left. Warriors up 4. Blaylock and Sura, Jamison, Mark Jackson, and Hughes. Remember, Dampier's fouled out.
He's going to go right on it.
Rising, firing, and hitting again. Kobe Bryant has 51. The Warriors can't freeze it out. There's a 9-second differential.
This is the best NBA game of the year.
Jamison firing it off the backboard. He was looking for Hughes, and he threw it too hard. Shot clock off. Lakers can tie or win. You know who's going to shoot it. They double team Kobe on the drive into Horace Grant. Putting it up and out. Kobe, no! Jamison rebound! 4, 3, Sura's fouled with 2.5 left. Bobby Sura is a 68% free thrower. He has struggled from the foul line for most of his career. The first one is up and out. And the Lakers are going to use, well, they called a timeout. This would be their last one.
Kobe called it, and then
now he says he doesn't want it.
And then Brian Shaw said, no, we don't want it.
Because they're going to need the timeout to advance it to midcourt on a make or miss.
Bryant's talking to fans over here, and he's saying, just watch. He's saying, I'm going to win the game. You just watch. And they only have time, no timeouts.
They have one.
He's going to go for a 3.
So the Lakers will take a timeout. They'll advance it to midcourt, and they need the 3. 2.5 seconds left in overtime.
They ended regulation.
And Bryant missed a 3 to win it. Warriors up 3. Shaw looking, and they'll take their 22nd timeout.
They couldn't get it to Kobe.
22nd timeout. This is the Lakers' last timeout. Good Warrior deny defense here. And he wants someone other than Bryant to catch it. 2.5 seconds left in overtime. The Lakers are out of timeouts. They're looking for Kobe Bryant. Jamison face guarding. They throw it into Shaq. Back to Kobe. The 3 on the way doesn't go. And the Warriors Jamison's 51, Larry Hughes 24, and defense down the stretch. And the Warriors, the biggest win since the renovation of this building. 125-122 in overtime